mindset.
Here you go. Okay. When was the last time you realigned your disorganized muscle fibers for the sake of your health? Think about it. Was it after your last workout? Or perhaps it was when you started getting that afternoon slump at work. Maybe you can't even recall because stretching is commonly thought of as something only runners, gymnasts, or dancers actively do. Regular people like us, we don't need to stretch, right? Wrong. While many consider stretching as an act to increase flexibility, an article published on November 28, 2018 by NBC News detailed the benefits of stretching, including helping muscles heal, preventing everyday aches and pains, and improving your workouts. The article went on to explain why stretching should be considered an important exercise, defining flexibility as the range of motion of a joint. We are advised to eat healthy, to work out, and get a good night's sleep, but if you're not stretching daily, you're excluding an important component of a healthy lifestyle. Today, I'm going to introduce you to the importance of stretching. During this presentation, I will cover what happens to your muscle fibers when you stretch, how we have developed a neglectful attitude towards stretching, and detail a few stretches that you can practice daily to improve your muscle function. According to MIT's Physiology of Stretching, muscles and bones comprise what is called the musculoskeletal system, working together to provide you with posture and movement. Muscles are attached to bones via tendons and are made up of tiny muscle fibers. These muscle fibers are what keep the flexibility in each of our muscles. When we stretch, muscle fibers begin to elongate. As we increase the tension during stretching, collagen fibers begin to align themselves. And basically what this means is that when you stretch, the muscle fiber is pulled out to its full length, helping to realign any disorganized fibers in the direction of the tension. In other words, as an article published by the Harvard Medical School stated in September 2013, stretching regularly will help keep your muscles long, lean, and flexible. The article continues to emphasize that by avoiding stretching, you are at risk for joint pain, strains, and muscle damage. For example, if you work in an office setting, or many of us who are students, we're sitting all day in chairs, right? Ultimately, this results in the tightening of our hamstrings, the muscles behind our thigh. Many of us work full-time jobs, and coming home after a long day of work to stretch for 20 to 30 minutes sounds like a daunting task. However, neglecting a daily stretch can eventually lead to difficulties stretching out our legs, which can lead to difficulties walking. Or worse, when you attempt a strenuous activity like running, your tight muscles may suffer from damage due to the sudden stretch. If these muscles become damaged, they may not be strong enough to support your joints, causing further serious injury into your musculoskeletal system. So, as evidenced, avoiding stretching can lead to serious damage to our bodies. But if it's so impactful to our health, why do we neglect stretching? First, we must blame the lack of education on this topic in the workplace, where we spend the majority of our time. Though scientific studies have concluded that stretching indeed does benefit our muscles, therefore benefiting our bodies and bones and body movement, there have been arguments made and studies conducted to argue against the benefits of stretching, specifically in the workplace. On January 22, 2019, a large work injury prevention organization, ErgoPlus, reported on a study which investigated the effects of stretching on energy costs and endurance performance. Though their study concluded the performance was greater in the non-stretching group versus the stretching group, it is important to note that the study was conducted in 5 different 16-minute trials for a specific body of muscles on runners. These type of studies are inconclusive due to their short term and participants and can end up misleading many people to believe that stretching is not entirely beneficial. However, other reports do disagree. According to a study by Biz Journals published on April 2, 2012, inactivity or being sedentary in the workplace has been shown to increase the pressure on spinal discs by about 40% more than standing. This results in pelvic muscles becoming tight, pulling the body forward and off balance, thus causing stress to bones and muscles. This affects as many as 70% of Americans who sit at their full-time job every day, stated Ergotron in the press release published on June 29, 2018. Secondly, and I think this one we can all relate to, we must blame the American couch culture that has driven us into a constant state of laziness. On Friday, June 26, 2015, The Independent published an article detailing the health risks that come with our culture of inactivity. They cite the World Health Organization's statement that physical inactivity is the 4th largest global killer in the world, sometimes taking more lives than smoking, diabetes, and obesity combined. As mentioned previously, failing to stretch can lead to a series of other physical health issues, such as weak joints and a weak musculoskeletal joint system overall. It is important to be aware of the ways in which we are held back from the benefits of stretching, whether it be misinformation or from a culture of laziness that we have become adapted to. So let's take a look at how we can work towards breaking through the anti-stretching habits and build new habits that strengthen our muscles, our flexibility, and improve our entire musculoskeletal system. So unless you want to end up with a hunched back, bad knees, or the inability to move at a normal pace as you get older, you need to take action and start stretching daily. Encourage those around you to begin stretching too. The Physiological Society stressed the importance of stretching in a website update on April 6, 2018, referencing from Florida State University, Kansas State University, and the University of Electrocommunications in Tokyo, which found that regular muscular stretching increases blood flow to muscles of the lower leg. They also found that regular stretching can improve the function of arteries in the muscles of the lower legs, leading to improved blood circulation and an overall healthier aging process. Thrillist published a list of essential stretches to stretch every muscle in an article posted on their website on October 6, 2016, that I would like to share with you all in hopes that you take them and use them for your benefit. One of them is actually called the overhead tricep stretch, and it goes like this. Very simple. You can do this, after you take a hot shower. Another one is called the standing bicep stretch. This one is the alternating wrist pull, and it stretches out your hands and the muscles in your hands and your arms. You also have the cat-cow's child pose sequence. I'm sure we've all seen this. It's a popular yoga stretch, very good for your back. We also have the supine figure 4 glute stretch. And lastly, we have the standing hip flex stretcher. There's also other ones, the wall-assisted calf stretch, strap-assisted supine hamstring stretch. And if you really look online, you can find many, many stretches that you can just practice for 10 to 15, 20 minutes when you wake up in the morning or at the end of your day. So today you have learned about stretching and specifically what happens to your muscle fibers when you stretch, how we have developed a neglectful attitude towards stretching, and detail a few stretches you can practice daily to improve your muscle function. Again, we are advised to eat healthy, to work out, and get a good night's sleep, but if you are not stretching daily, you are excluding an important component of a healthy lifestyle. Now back to my original question, when was the last time you realigned your disorganized muscle fibers for the sake of your health? Or better yet, when will be the next time you realign your disorganized muscle fibers for the sake of your health? I hope the next time someone asks you this question, and I hope that someone does ask you again soon, you can happily say, I stretched today, because regular people like us, we need to stretch. It is vital to our current health and essential to our long-term health.